Good evening, campers. We're going to talk about the energy crisis. I know the echo chamber within this microcosm of the internet likes escapism. Guess what? I woke up today and I'm absolutely cacking myself. As of October 2022, the median annual cost of fuel, electricity, gas to heat up your homes in the absolute mists of winter is going to be more than £3,000. Ofgem, who is the regulator, puts these price caps in place, but I mean, there's no getting around it. We are all absolutely screwed. Rather than 6 monthly, which is the norm, we're going to be moving to 3 monthly, and the reason for that is that energy companies are making a loss. Even though people are making profits, the actual providers are I mean, they don't really know what to do. The current, from what I can gather, the best thing for energy companies to do is not provide tariffs, but to allow households who are going to renew their tariffs just to go on to the default. The default's normally the worst. It's now the best. So even if you want to swap provider, even if you want to change provider, there's no real benefit because it's going to be like unfathomably expensive for the average Joe blogs. But in order to keep the companies somewhat afloat, I mean, looking at the figures, it doesn't even look like that's even a possibility. We're moving from 6 months to 3 months. So if you thought the jump to 3,000 in October 2022 was petrifying, in January 2023 we're looking at £5,000 medium annual cost, and then in another 3 months we're looking close to £7,000. 1/7 of my annual take-ins is going to be put into paying a direct debit that I really cannot afford to heat my house. And the worst thing about having a direct debit, and trust me, if you're a prepayment machine where you put slots in, my absolute heart to you, because I have no idea how on earth that is going to work out. But I will be paying like a set amount to be continually in debt to the companies. Like, there's no physical way that I could even like recoup anything, apart from if I decide not to heat my house up. You know what? Across Britain, it's going to be really cold and it's going to be really goddamn dark. I mean, in Wales alone, like 1/3 of children are already in poverty. Like, do you think like we can like afford an extra like 100 across all the mates that I've spoken to and my own? Like, it's an increase of £150 on top of what we are paying. Like, that is unprecedented. Mover in 6 months' time, where we're moving towards £7,000, like that's double. That's £600 a month. I'll say it. You're not going to be able to afford it. You're not going to be able to afford it, and it is going to be tight, and it is going to be tough for absolutely everyone. There is no point even trying to rationalize this and say, oh well, what if we do that, and what if we do this? It is unprecedentedly going to be the most difficult times of our entire lives in Britain. I've never had to worry about winter before. I mean, we've had it tough, and we're at like breadline at the moment. I cannot stress the worry that I have had in like the past month in regards to moving closer as the days are turning darker. So what is the government going to do? Well, I'm Welsh. What could the Welsh government do? It's not a devolved power, so it's UK government. What's the UK government currently doing? We're trying to figure out who's going to be the leader. Is it going to be Sunak or Truss? I've looked at their policies. I'm not entirely convinced, but my absolute heart of hearts truly, like, honestly believes that they will be doing way more than what they are setting out, because that is just like political suicide. It is political suicide to do absolutely nothing and let people starve and die. I think we can all agree on that. I know that there are people talking about relief and it's like an extra £400. Like, we had the £150 come in from the government. It absolutely, it did nothing. It just got swept up. My food shop has gone from £80 to 150 for way less food. It's ridiculous. I'm trying. Well, it's £150. We're really stretching out to last that 2 weeks. I guess what? Like, we're not eating. Like, we're feeding the girls, we're not even feeding ourselves properly. Like, everything is just getting tighter and tighter. And if I think it's tight now, like, come winter, when all the prices go up, because guess what? It's not only like the household, the business rates are going to go up. Everything's going to get way more expensive. This is unfathomable. This is unfathomable. And I need to stress here, I don't think that anything that can be done is going to fix it. I can't see a way out, but I'm already preparing myself for people to be like, oh, it'll be okay, because they're not like me. Like, they're not on universal credit. They're not like scraping by as it comes. Living in London in their swanky houses, being like, whoa, like, it's a little bit tight, isn't everything going up in price? Like, I'm preparing myself for that. There are going to be some people who I watch who are just not going to feel it in the same way. They're not going to feel it in the same way. It's going to be cold and dark, people. I will happily be the voice of absolute dismay. It's going to be cold and it is going to be dark. And it ain't gonna get better. It's not. I can't see it. Absolutely can't see it.